I want to do this video on the 5 and 2 work week versus the 4 and 3 work week. So 5 and 2 being the typical American work week for the average person of like a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 2 days off being Saturday and Sunday. And when you look at the split of the 7 days, 4 and 3 is a little bit more balanced. And when you look at the world and the way things play out, there's always a 50-50. There's always a spiritual balance, a yin and a yang. There's always the equal but opposite counterpart. So you have day and night, sun and moon, birth and death, male and female. And then you can get into like subjective good and bad, happy, sad, whatever the 50-50 is, like a coin flip. But that's kind of how the world is. So the general sense of the economy is like when one person's working, another person can be off or relaxing. So that's how we like balance each other out, because like everybody has to put skin in the game, right? We all want things, but you have to give things too. There's a balance there to reach that optimum state. And so you going through the world and affecting people, the general sense of the economy is kind of like when someone's working, someone else is off, right? So like I'm here selling tie-dye at the beach in San Diego, and so if someone's on vacation right now and they want to buy a shirt or a hoodie or whatever, I'm here selling, working, providing a service, a product, or they don't have to buy anything. And they can come by and say hi or just whatever, pass by and not care what I'm doing here. But or it's like, someone needs an operation, the doctor's working. Somebody has trouble with the law or dispute, the police are working, right? But then like the policeman is off on a certain day, or the doctor's off on a certain day, and the money they've made from their job, they go out to a restaurant. And so now you, as someone in the restaurant, yours isn't necessarily Monday through Friday. You're probably doing Wednesday through Sunday at like a restaurant. So it's like your balance is they're off, like the other people are off now, and you're working. So you're like the owner of the restaurant or the chef or the waiter or whatever, the server, the hostess. But like there's like a team of people in any job, any corporation, any group. There's a team coming together for an objective, to help and serve society in whatever subjective sense they deem that that's worth. So there's always that 50-50 there. So like ideally, in order for us to all contribute something and to have skin in the game in order to get our own stuff back, 50-50 is ideal. But with a 7-day work week, obviously there's no 3.5, so you got to cut it somewhere. So 4 actually makes the most sense, because 4 days a week, you're going to have more than half of the population working, and with the other 3/7 being off, and it still keeps that balanced cycle intact, and people have more leisure, people have more off time, people can recharge better. That would make society so much healthier. And I understand certain reasons behind why they structure it the way they do. There's a lot of history and psychology behind it, but one basic sense is the people that kind of run things, they're bright, like they know what they're doing, they study things, they research, they observe, they've held power for years, stuff like that. So when you're looking at how to structure society, they know that, like, they know this stuff, this spiritual 50-50. They know that stuff. But the thing is, though, you could get more people working 5 and 2, right? You could get more productivity out of your workers, type of thing. Now, if you did 6 and 1, that might overwork people to where they're actually less productive, or where there's like a revolt that happens. So like 5 and 2 is like enough that they get the most out of you at work, and then you have just enough time to like barely breathe on those 2 days, but not really enough time to gather your thoughts, really think about things, and you're still just kind of in that wheel, so to speak. And so I just think to have like a healthier, more balanced society, 4 and 3 makes way more sense. And you don't even have to increase the hours on the 4. Like, people would think, okay, like 5 days a week at 8 hours, that's 40 hours a week. If you did to 4, well, we'd be working 10-hour days. And not necessarily though, because I mean, we could rework the hours, and we could talk about more, I guess, deeper stuff of what people should be doing beyond jobs and like purpose and all that. But I'm just saying, for the way things are in someone's current circumstance, having a job in like an economy or a country or culture that forces it a certain way, you have to play by certain rules of other people, and you have to get along. So certain things are in place that you just have to learn and kind of know how to navigate those things. So with that being said, like I'm saying, if they do the 6 and 1, that overworks people, and there could be a revolt. If they do the 4 and 3, that's like, oh, well, we don't need to give them that much time off. We could do 5 and 2 and still kind of get away with it, right? But it would be a much more balanced society if we had that 4 and 3, because people would have time to rest, unwind, work on other things, or maybe do their personal stuff and their housework, their chores on one day, and then have like a full 2 days off after, and then take more trips. And like I was saying with the hours, if you did 5 days a week at 8 hours, people think 40. Okay, well, if we did to 4 days, it'd be 10 hours a day. Well, I mean, we could restructure things into where we're working better together instead of being in competition, right? Instead of like being in a scarcity mindset, we could be in an abundance mindset where we don't not everyone has to work 8 hours. We could like reduce it down to 6 or 4, whatever. I mean, we got to do something, right? Like, we can't just have a society that's like dependent on technology, or another human doing all of your work. Like, there is, like I said, like, there's some skin in the game. There's some like you doing something for society. So it's not to like eliminate jobs or work ethic or companies or ambition. We want to encourage that, but you could even take the same hours per day. So instead of working a 40-hour week, you could get it down to where people are working 32-hour weeks, and people think that would kill the economy, but not really, because it's still balanced. 4 and 3 is still balanced. The main point is that you would still have more than half working on any given day. So like the 4/7 would be working, and then the 3/7 would be off. So that'd be plenty of workforce and human power to cover every sector of what we're doing. So like you would just restructure it that way, so that like if you did it even further and you said 3 days working and 4 days off, now you have more than half of the population is going to be off, and that's not going to work, because now that's out of balance, because it's kind of like the work hard, play hard balance. You can't have more than half the people playing hard, because then who's working it? Like, who's supporting stuff? Who's working the emergency jobs? Who's working the food? Who's working health or the roads or just services? Like the little stuff that you don't think about. Like, you need to call and make an appointment somewhere. Well, someone needs to be the receptionist, and it's like, well, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say, let's go automated, but then too, it's like, we can't have technology killing things in a way where we don't have humanity left, or like a sense of self, or getting up in the day. Like, yeah, it can make things easier, but sometimes it makes it so easy, or like not tuned in. Like, you can see it, like younger people always with phones, and the social skills suck, and they don't know how to look people in the eye and have conversations and be themselves. Like, there's negative effects to just making things too easy sometimes. So like I was saying, with the amount of days for the work week, it's not so much the number, it's just understanding the spiritual concept of the 50-50 balance. So ideally, if we had like an 8-week or an 8-day work week, you would just do like 4 and 4. But we have a 7-day work week, so say 4 and 3 on the going plan that we have. That would be more balanced. You'd still have more than half of the population working any service that you would need, right? So if everybody was on that wavelength, that frequency of balance and 50-50, and trying to help the next guy when you can, getting yours when you can, not apologizing when you're successful either. When you're worked hard for something, when you're just kind of more talented than someone, or better at something, or you've been doing it longer, you want to take pride in that position, and you want to achieve more. But like, there's that balance of the give and take. So it's like, what are you contributing? What are you taking? How does that all play together? So it can be easily done in 4 and 3. It doesn't need to be 5 and 2, right? Like, I mean, and it depends on who you ask, because from any person's perspective, like the guy who owns the company, he would just be like, oh, just do 7 and 0, right? Like so like he makes more money if his company is open all 7 days and doesn't give people time off. Well, so but it's just like, dude, if you want to be open all 7 days, you got to hire more people so that they can take that time off, right? But like, see, in his interest, he might be thinking, well, if I had it my way and I just had these people and they worked all 7, at least, like I take, like you say, it's like a small business or something, and I don't know, think of a good example, like a privately owned coffee shop or whatever. And so the guy thinks, oh, I'm just gonna hire 2 employees, like a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. person, and then like a 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. person, and I'm just gonna work them 7 days a week. In the business owner's mind, he's thinking, well, I only have to put 2 people on the payroll. 7 and 0, that makes sense to me because I'm making my money. But then again, that's off balance, because okay, so 2 people are just gonna work 7 days a week for you because you don't want to hire more people. You got to hire more people so that those employees get their time off, right? But it's like it's a balance. Like, you want to make your money for your business, we get it. Be ambitious, get your goals, get your money, do what you got to do. But they're trying to get money, they're trying to come up, they have goals, right? So like the employee matters, and that's going to make the company better. So like understand your people and like who you're working with. Like any job I've worked at, I go into it with the mindset of I'm gonna see someone for 40 hours a week. We're gonna be friends, or we're gonna like at least talk and know things about each other, like outside of here, and like, or at least just like the weather's nice, some kind of scope that's not just like, oh, that's just who I work with passing by. And I mean, no, that's too much time, right? So like I'm like, if I don't feel that vibe somewhere, I'm not just gonna be working a job like that. I just don't view it as, oh, I just get my paycheck here and come out. Like, we gotta associate with people and see. That's the thing, is that a lot of people don't understand this 50-50, this give and take. And so they go to work for their paycheck, right? They're mad in traffic because they're going to a job they don't like, and, oh, I have to go talk to these people that I don't like, and like I don't like my boss, I don't like what I make, I don't like my marriage, I don't like my like everything just compiles. It's just like, but they're never just like trying to help the other like coworkers' day be better. So sometimes it's like, yeah, the coworker comes in and you had traffic, so you're mad, but like maybe get to work and then like this person was going through something petty and small, and you like lift each other up so that everybody's making money, the company's making money, everybody's getting raises. So going back to what I was saying, if you have an owner like that would actually, like, he owns that small coffee shop and he'd rather hire 2 people, one for like a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift, and then one that picks up at 2 for another 8 hours at 10, and, oh, well, I can just hire 2 people, I make more money. Like, no, dude, that's not how you do it. And no, you don't just do it to, okay, well, I've hired enough people so where I have the fewest amount possible, so they can't even take vacations because there's so few people there, but I have it so where they at least get their 5 and 2, they're 5 on and 2 off. And we got to get away from that thinking, because it's not balanced. Like, as someone who owns that business, if it's successful and you're doing fine and you're still increasing your goals and improving every year, you should aim more towards like 4 and 3. Like, that should be the overall goal of the company, because it makes more balanced sense for all parties involved. Ideally, 8-day work week or a 6-day work week, something that would be even, that we could like distribute easier. You'd do 50-50, because that's just how the world works with balance and with karma. You would just do 50-50. But because of 7, the ideal sense is 4 and 3. So whether you work a regular job, you want to be an entrepreneur, or whatever you want to do, understand that grind. Like, understand the 50-50. Like, you have your goals, your aspirations. So in a 7-day work week, spend at least 4 chasing whatever, because that has to be your give so that you can have your take. And that's the thing too, if they reduced it to 4 and 3, how many more people would have that extra day to work on the side hustle, the business, the long-term goal? They're still contributing their 50. They're still keeping balanced with karma and understanding the 50-50 flow of things. 4 and 3 would just make more sense. And there's certain forces, like I said, like the owner wants, oh, I could make more money doing 5 and 2, or hey, 6 and 1, 7 and 0. But it's like, come on, like, you're already doing well, and it's good to do well. Nothing wrong with rich people or making money or wanting to be fit or good looking or ambitious or successful or blow up on YouTube, whatever you want to do. And don't apologize for people that just aren't on that level, or just are haters or don't want to see you succeed. But at the same time, there's a balance. there's a give and there's a take. So 4 and 3 would make way more sense than 5 and 2. Hopefully that we can get to that point, at least on a philosophical level, if not the work week itself.